Okay, what I'm showing you here is how we can use some basic ideas in Lego Technics, mechanical, and also the Lego base plate, which what I did was I cut it in half. The base plate was cut in half and then glued together each side. And I'm going to show you now where to get the parts. The previous video I did, I showed how step by step how I assembled and put holes in this, glued it together, and then we can add various hardware using these little snap-on blossoms from Lego Botanical onto this basically chassis or a carrier, and then we can add our super bit and BBC microbit. But where do we get the parts? Where do we get these parts? As you can see on some pre-built kits or microbit, they come with two wheels and a roller ball. Each wheel has a motor, and the roller ball allows it to turn, as you just saw. First, I'm going to show you my code. I'm going to put a link to this code in the video, because if you decide to buy this board, this expansion motor driver, you're going to need the extension, and it's not that easy to find. I'm including it in this program so that all you have to do is click on the program link and it will download the extension you need. Here is where the extension resides on GitHub. You wouldn't know to ask for this IZTY634158 in your extensions on MakeCode, but that's what it is. If you copy this URL and then paste it into this extension search, you'll find the extension you need. That's all I'm going to say about the code now. Where do we get the parts? This is the servo motor that I'm showing on this car to make the little angle go different positions. Don't pay any attention to these prices, because some of them are for a welcome or a new client, new customer. I would not get that price because I bought from AliExpress before. Here is the roller ball, one example, and this roller ball has a hole in, it's got two holes on the side and one in the top, so that you can plug it into a beam on your board. In this case, I 3D printed this little blue retainer for my roller ball, which I bought at the hardware store. But here's where you can buy it online, AliExpress. Here's where I got my base plate. Not very expensive. Here's where I got my wheel motors. And there's something to note here. These wheel motors have the white JST connections. Okay, that works on this motor driver expansion board. Unfortunately, this version 2 expansion board does not have pins. See these servo pins? It does not have them for the wheel motors, so we have to have JST ends, or else, as I did, adapt this DuPont end to a JST end. Makes it a little bit complicated, but I'm saying for that reason it's best to buy these red motors with the white JST plug. This one. You can find these motors with the black DuPont plug cheaper, but it's a good, if you're going to buy this expansion board, and I'll show you where it is right here, this expansion board from Yaboom Company, yaboom.net, and look for Superbit, you will see that it only has JST connections for the 4 motors. You only need 2 motor connections, but it's got 4. There's an older version of this board, Superbit board. I don't believe it's in stock at Yaboom, but you might be able to find it from other companies, which has, the older version has pins and JST both. I hope I'm not overcomplicating this, but I'm saying if you're going to buy this board, it's best to buy this motor with the white JST connector, because we have servo pins, 8 sets of servo pins on this expansion board. It makes sense to buy these servo motors. You can see the 3 wires with the DuPont plugs, because that's what fits on the servo connection on this board. So there'll be more about all this. What we're trying to do is find the least cost Rover for the BBC microbit. And any motor driver, there are several companies that make motor drivers. This one is called Yaboom. We've shown others on this channel. In combination with this large board faceplate, 2 motors and a roller ball. I do use some hot glue to hold these parts together. This bracket is one way of attaching the motor to the chassis. You can find these 5x7 mounting brackets under Lego on AliExpress. I bought many because we use them a lot. There will be more about all this.